Well, 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 ladies and gelatins. Looks like it is time for us to see, will we finish this game today? Or not? Who knows? Literally, I have no idea. I have no idea. Hello, hello. Thank you so much all for the hydrates. I'm hydrating. I'm hydrating so hard. I actually went and made myself some tea, which is way too hot to drink, so the water will have to do. But seriously though, definitely all remember to drink more water as it gets warmer. It is always important to drink water, but it is extra important to drink water as it gets warmer. Now it has only barely started to get warmer here, but well, you know, it is June. Crazy. I have no idea how June has happened. June is crazy. Yeah, it's been raining and actually like kind of chilly all day, but nice chilly, like for the Americans 60s, quite chill, but like nice chill. And for the not Americans, like 16, 17, I think. Actually, I have no idea. Alexa, what's the weather? It's 11 degrees right now, but it doesn't feel like 11 degrees because like I guess I've just been like holding in a lot of the cool. It's funny because like 11 degrees, I'm like, oh, it's so cold, close the windows, but like somehow it's 11, yes, Celsius, of course. So, you know, we don't use them freedom units out here in Poland. Yeah, it was higher. It was in the 60s earlier. And it's got colder because, you know, it's 8 p.m. So sun's pretty much gone at this point. 11 Kelvin. Yeah. Now, no 11 Kelvin for us. No Kelvins. However, you know, it is what it is. No, I mean, I don't like 50s personally. 50s are too cold for me, but it does depend. It feels much warmer because it's been so cold lately, so like it's nice. Anyways, yes. Yeah. Also, gold, that's crazy. Like literally getting a call for an interview, they just hung up on you? Like, that's super weird. That's so weird. Like, yeah, I'm also not sure that's legal, but like, what can you do? Like, worker protections? What are those? How are we gonna protect workers? Why would we protect workers? Fish. Yes. No. Also 90 degrees. Ugh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, bloody nose from that. I didn't know you could get that. I didn't know you could get a bloody nose from heat and humidity. Kind of makes sense though, but like, I don't know. It never happened for me. Short weather. Yes. About 49. Yep. It's cold outside, but it's actually pretty nice. And I have like window cracked in the kitchen, so it's been like that all day. I try to get more fresh air, but it's funny because apparently I'm gently allergic to the fresh air. So we shall see how it goes. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Great. So we have overthrown the evil governor. We have accomplished pretty much everything that mattered from what I was able to actually like accomplish. I got a pet. Pets are great. And I'm in a relationship with this, though, like, you know, it feels like it's part of Solana's rebellious phase. I don't feel like he's the one that she'll settle down with in the end, but like she's really digging like his angsty vibes. There was the bar. We did the bar. Bar's great. That definitely happened. I'm not gonna get the hugs right now. And what else? Yeah, I've done like so many of the exploration things that like basically I haven't done the stuff. I did disenchant stuff. Yeah, I saw pretty much all that because I'm at 100. I'm at 100 friendship with everyone that matters to me this run because I did make choices. Now, yes, I didn't get to there with Rex and I didn't get to there with Nomi Nomi, and I would have loved to, but I just don't think I can squeeze that in. There's no way to do that without just having more time, and I'm not sure how else I would have done it. So, yeah, we don't really need to give Tange anything more because we've already given her plenty of stuff. Tammy's great as always. And we did a lot of photo phoner stuff. We unlocked a bunch of things. And Mars and I are awesome. Assist the governor. I feel like we did it before too, but we can see what that's like. So why not? So yes. Oh yeah, one of your first tasks, administrator, format the monthly report to Earth. I've actually done this before. Hey, Bulldog, what up, what up? Rapid temperature changes can cause bloody noses. Yes, I have not had that. Cold, inside cold, outside hot. Yeah. Huh. That sounds really frustrating. I can't remember the last time I had a bloody nose, but like my nose bleeds a lot. Like, but not... Okay, let's put it this way. My nose bleeds often, but not a lot in quantity. And that's because there's a part of my nose that's just kind of always low-key scabbed over in some way. I actually really need to consider getting surgery to correct my deviated septum because it is extremely deviated on the inside. And every time I get a cold, breathing is an actual nightmare. Yeah, honestly, nose in general, quite poorly designed. I have a lot of complaints about nose and sinuses and breathing as a concept. Like, really just very difficult. Balloon surgery. Wait, what's the balloon surgery one? Because, like, I know about, like, the one where they just, like, I don't know, they break it and then, like, move it. But, like, you can do something with the balloon? I'm so curious about this. I'm literally going to write this down also. Let me literally type a note to myself. Balloon surgery, deviated septum? Question marks. They insert it and inflate it. It crushes the nose passage, right? Huh. Yeah, I don't know if they could do it with that. Like, I mean, that would be... Uvulotoplastica. Oh my gosh. That's a word. Uvul. Yeah. No, I mean... Uvulopalato-pharyngoplastica. It's just you gotta do it real slow because it's way too long. Hated the healing. Yep. Yeah, see, that's exactly the thing. Now say it 5 times fast. Oh, can't do. Cannot do. And yeah, interesting. Let's see. During dry atmosphere, when I lived with my father, he bought a humidifier device. Yep, nobody. Yeah, humidifier definitely helps a massive amount. Like, I have problems with dry nose too, but it makes it so I can't breathe. My nose doesn't bleed, but like it feels stuffed up even when it's not. If it's just dry, I guess it gets inflamed or whatever. I kind of like this idea of having something inflated in my nose and crushing the things because it seems better than them like breaking stuff on their own and doing things. Because like, yeah, you kind of just want to break it and force it to heal in the right way. And yeah, I heard the healing with every aspect of it is absolutely terrible because basically you just cannot breathe through your nose at all. Like even a little bit for a super duper long time. Like it's like so many days of just completely 100% blocked. Not even the like, oh, you can breathe a little bit. No, 100% blocked. I have no idea how anyone sleeps with just their mouth because I can't do it. I like if I can't breathe in the middle of the night, my body will force me to, but I just can't do it. Like my mouth is way too dry. It is extremely uncomfortable. It's just not a thing. I cannot fall asleep if I'm breathing through my nose. I cannot sleep. I will literally just stay up and cry because I can't fall asleep because there is exactly less than zero comfort. I wish there was some kind of trick to how to sleep with breathing through just your mouth, at least so that way I could do it when I have like a terrible, awful cold because like the dryness in my mouth just kills me. But yeah, honestly, I'd really like to fix my breathing issues because I really feel like it messes with me on a day-to-day because like literally like sometimes I have to sleep in a certain position that like pulls the skin on my face to hold my nose open because otherwise I can't breathe. It's super annoying. Yeah, I have a night guard too, but not that kind of night guard. Like mine is basically I just I use the retainer that I got from when I had Invisalign, and I use that for like basically as a forever mouth guard. It keeps me from grinding my teeth. How do I know? That plastic has a lot less plastic on it than it used to. You can definitely see where it's been ground. But yeah. Somewhere on the borderline hippopotamonstrosusquidophilia phobia. Also hard. Definitely probably missed some letters. Serval sleeps far too easily. Yeah. Nah. When I was 6, my mother told me I talked to my sleep. Fear you say something rude or embarrassing. Oh, you never know. Honestly. The thing is, though, for the most part, the kind of stuff you're going to say is mostly just weird. Like, I know some people who talk in their sleep, and for the most part, it's just weird. You know? You just get some interesting sort of stories from it. So I feel like having a fear about it kind of makes sense. Like, I get it. I get why you'd be afraid of it, but I don't feel like people in their sleep are really like revealing all their secrets, because there's a part of your brain that's kind of aware where you are and what you're doing when you're sleeping. So I don't know. I wonder if you also only talk in your sleep when you're like super comfortable, because that's also a thing. Like, people will sleep differently if they're comfortable. Yeah, people's unconscious talk's pretty much gibberish. Yeah, it sounds like sleep talk. Sounds like most of the sleep talk I heard. Just like super hard to understand, maybe in a language that is normal, maybe not, maybe in a different language. You never know. All right, I'm just gonna wonder if they reply at all. Investigate on your own. Sneakily read through the holo files. Huge backlog. I've done this one before, that's why I'm skipping through it super fast. Messages are super angry. I want to go to the next part of it, so that's why I'm like, tell me more. Tell me your secrets. Oh, there was an 8. Hold on. Yeah, give me the super goal. Dreams can be crazy. It's true. Mother also told me she heard things she heard me say in my sleep. Well, here's the thing. When you're trying to understand what people are saying when they're sleeping, they speak in such a hard to understand slurred way that there's also like, are you sure it was extremely clear? So, dunno. Also, it was when you're 6. Things have probably changed since then. Danny DeVito hand you a gun telling you you need to take on the sewer king or whatever. Yeah, that's also very true. Curious what peak perks of each skill are. Okay, so when I finish the game, I would like to hear about it all. Actually, yeah, I'm probably not going to get to any of them. So, but yeah, still. Oh dear, we'll be the sake matter cautious. Understandable. Understandable. Hold on, let me see if I can. I need to at least try to give Rex and Nomi Nomi more stuff. See if I can at least attempt to make that happen. Hugs incoming. Let me give you a wood. Nomi, 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 Nomi. Nomi, 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 Nomi. But yes, I have gotten very curious what all of these skills that you do. Honestly, I'm sure the combat skills make for a completely different playthrough. I'm certain that this whole thing could go very, very different. Where is Nomi Nomi? She hang out with this? Sometimes she hang out with this. Yeah, she is. Oh, they. Oh my god, I can't. I'm so sorry, Nomi Nomi. I'm so sorry for gendering you. Mix of rainbows. Oh, wow. a butt. Wish I could give 2 presents. Thank you. Starting to lose my patience with Windows bloat. Valid. Recent updates? Oh, I don't remember the last time I updated Windows, which is upsetting to some people. But more so at some point, I need to go to Windows 11 and I still don't want to. I'm like, everything works. I don't want things to not work anymore because I've had that problem. We're just like, you know, you update and then suddenly things don't work anymore. It's funny though, because the last time I updated like stream elements, everything worked perfectly. Actually, it's just funny because like I was literally putting it off for like a year or more because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to lose all my stuff again. And then it just worked this time. The update just worked and it was fine. Breaks phantom dust, yes. Oh, it breaks phantom dust? Oh, bro, that makes it a lot less cool sounding. You kind of expected Mars would go a little easier on you, seeing as you helped her become governor at all. Unfortunately, she's come to see you as the only person she can trust to do a good job because she saddles you with a lot of work as her assistant. The fact that she likes to make you sweat probably helps. Mars kept Lum around as her own personal social media manager, so at least that's one job you don't have to do. He's not bad at it since being charismatic is basically his only skill, besides Chief Ret won't know anywhere near the garrison. I'm surprised he's letting that happen. Oh yeah, cause she should be the governor. Like, straight up, this is exactly the kind of thing she wants. She's good at it. She's the kind of person who actually is going to listen to people. It seems a bit risky, but honestly, I guarantee Mars has a super close eye on him. And not just Mars, so. Yeah, but I'm better. You could be, but my Solana is not. My Solana would not be better at this stuff because my Solana just wants to do everything and have fun. My Solana does not want to run a colony. Not sure I even have dreams. I have aphantasia. Dreams don't really manifest for some reason. So you can have, I know people with aphantasia who have dreams. Like, you just won't have the visual aspect of it necessarily. Like, some people I know have aphantasia, but can have visuals in their dreams, but they don't remember it as like a visual. They remember like it was like seeing something, but like it wasn't actually there. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But you can have dreams of some kind. There's like stories or just like feelings or, you know, I mean, there's lots of different ways to hallucinate and you can do it every night. I had some weird dreams last night and I don't remember what they are anymore. I feel like it might be harder to remember your dreams if you have aphantasia, though. I wonder if that's the case just because there's fewer like really obvious, I don't know, actually, no idea. I doubt that the writers had another slab of gameplay. Right, yeah. I hope they know how to end a game. Me too. Your job mostly consists of managing Mars' packed schedule. She became governor by essentially promising everyone on the council she'd listen to their concerns, and her promises are coming to roost. Ugh, sucks to be popular, Mars sighs, scrolling through her calendar. My schedule overfloweth. You'th, deal with it. Yes, my queen? Or they don't want to meet with you? That's, what? No, they do actually want to meet with you. Okay, listen, we're not letting that happen. Mars is not allowed to not respect me. I didn't want to say that either, but the other one seemed extremely rude and not correct. They don't want to meet with you. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what you mean. They're only meeting with her because they think they have to. Most of these meetings could be hollow messages. Yep, honestly. Shouldn't have to actually be there in person to get them to listen to her. Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks for giving me a reality check. She looks pleased to know that her words carry weight even without being backed up by her considerable presence. Doesn't solve the problem. Work hard. Hardly work. Good stuff. I've managed all these scheduling conflicts, though. How are we going to? Wait, this is totally an assistant's job. Let me know when you figure it out. You can feel Seek staring daggers at you from nearby, disappointed they weren't trusted with this menial task. I feel like Seek should have done it, but I'm also good at things. Windows 11 is such a mess. Haha, great. Shouldn't feel safer with an unsupported OS, but here I am. Do a thing where I primarily use Linux Mint, but have Windows 10 for the stuff Linux can't support. Oof. I mean, I'll be okay with Windows 11. I'll mostly just like try to get rid of as much bloat as possible while installing it and just ignore as much as possible. But yeah, at some point probably I'll want to dual boot as well because Linux is pretty cool. I like it. CSP related dreams is the media you consume. Yes, for sure. Primary type of media people consume their dreams. That makes a lot of sense, especially because I used to have so many dreams about superpowers. So many. Dreams of black and white TV enjoyers being black and white. That's so fascinating. Imagine a black and white dream. Stream theme dream. That sounds cool too. Actually, I have had some stream theme dreams, but they're usually like, oh my, like, okay guys, I have to be honest with you. I've had dreams where I'm like, oh no, I forgot I'm supposed to be streaming. Or my favorite, which has happened twice, is somehow falling asleep while streaming and not noticing. And then waking up and being like, what's happening? And seeing just like messages from people being like, what? Like basically accidental streaming is this weird recurring dream I have. It's not like super often, but still. Built-in spyware. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I can... Nah, don't worry. I'm a programmer. I can figure it out. We can remove spyware from my computer. It's true. Confetti can is true. I don't know, would it work? Maybe. Well, the thing is, if I managed to fall asleep on stream, it would say a lot already. Also, confetti cannon doesn't go unless I push a button, so it wouldn't happen. There would be no notifications. There'd be no sound. You guys can't send me sounds. I'll have to fix that one day. So I spelled it automata. I like it. I like that sound. I like that onomatopoeia. Jelly yawn. You wisely combine several meetings with similar topics, avoiding people who you know will argue with each other. You cancel a few other meetings, starting hollow messages and copying Mars to the thread. You remember to give Mars a few hours midweek for her spa time. There's one thing Mars learned from Lum, it's that image matters. A governor with frizzy hair and dry skin won't be taken seriously. I mean, that is kind of true, because if it looks like you are completely stressed out all the time, people aren't going to be real confident in how things are going in the colony. 6. Works for me. First collectible use is free. Well, don't mind if I do. I do it with. Because if I do, it would be more like this. Then I would just up this one. +2. Works for me. Onomatopoeia. Students had problems identifying casual speech style, differentiating it from artistic speech style, because they couldn't wrap their head around the idea you could use profanity artistically. It's defaulted to if swearing equals casual. Yes, that is very common, actually. I had a dream once that my stream ended up being tracking my real life over the shoulder perspective, bringing up the chat, and someone told me my job sucks, should stay in school. Rude, but accurate to how people talk to each other on the internet. Though, honestly, y'all are really nice, and this is why we have ourselves a nice little happy place. Ooh, rewinding time and reloading. Yep. I've had a couple of time rewinding dreams too. Actually, usually if something really upsetting happens in my dream, I'm usually able to rewind time unless I'm too scared to remember I can do that. Basically, powers that I remember I have in dreams I have. Dream shadows or I screw this job. That's, I mean, that's fair. Sometimes it's your own feelings. Maybe it was yourself in your own chat to yourself. no, hold on. I mean, get better job, always pretty much a good idea. Share some gossip with Mars. Yes. Mars' eyes go wide and tell her you know something she doesn't. Impossible. I am the queen of knowing everybody's dirty dirt. Try me. When you're done sharing your gossip, Mars is speechless. Really? She gasps, holding her hand to her chest. No way. That sounds like it came straight out of a hollow bed. They really said that? She shakes her head in disbelief. Wow, thank you, Solana. We'll never find out what it was. More hugs. Okay, listen, I'm still gonna try giving Nomi Nomi and Rex gifts every month, and that's pretty much it. Everyone else, they're either at 100% or they're never gonna be. It's been 4 years. It's still cool. Oh yeah, it has been 4 years since they landed. Okay. Though most people have made great efforts to find common ground, unrest between the Strato and Helio factions is common. The colony was founded with peaceful, egalitarian goals, and the soldiers and scientists of the Heliopause represent everything your parents and the Vertumna group were trying to escape on Earth. This fundamental culture shock can be difficult to navigate, and even for those with cooperation in their hearts. Then there are those who do not wish to cooperate. Instance barges in a command while you're on shift, not waiting for an audience before she starts barking at Maz. Governor Mars, she snaps, tell these presumptuous jarheads they are not and never will be welcome in my lab. Mars looks up from her holopalm. Huh? Soldiers? What are they doing in your lab? She scrolls the duty rosters and sighs. They're not soldiers, Auntie. They're researchers, just like you. Apparently, some of them were actual, factual experts back on Earth. You should give them a shot. As assistants, Instance snaps, not as lab heads. They can't just come in here and... Mars holds up her hand and talks over Instance. I know. They're all army weirdos, she concedes. That doesn't mean we can't use them. Like, they know way more about Earth than we do, right? Just then, the aforementioned researchers catch up to Instance. They all start talking over each other, demanding that the governor order Instance to stop treating them like interns and start promoting Helios to lead positions. Instance starts yelling back, and command becomes a chaos of scientists screaming and waving at their arms in consternation at each other. I mean, I guess if I was governor, I'd get to have more opinions, because you don't need to side with anyone here. It's just a fact of, like, what do you mean by lead positions? Like, I need so many more specifics about what people actually want to do. Like, what do they want to accomplish? Like, Instance is in charge of stuff, but at the same time, Instance isn't, like, an expert on literally every science ever. But also, you don't just let people do stuff. Sounds like learned people. Yes, no, it absolutely sounds like learned people. Everyone is children. Everyone. Okay. Keep quiet. Let's see what happens. Mars tells you to ignore them and get back to work, okay? Listen while you file reports. You could practically write these reports back on Earth with your eyes closed, or in this case, with your ears open. You half-heartedly type a report and continue to listen in. You think I'm just going to hand over classified colony intelligence to a bunch of space cops, Instance Spitch, and the researchers all clamor to deny their relationship to the Heliopause military. If Governor Mars wasn't here, you'd be sending me back. You'd be sending me back to Earth in chains. Uticott, hell, fluorescent. She says, you're just here to arrest us all. Instance stands ramrod straight, her face crimson with fury. Well, you're not going to get me. You're not going to get my work either. Mars steps in. Auntie, I'm not going to let that happen, she says firmly. When I became governor, Lum told me he sent a message to Earth that the colony was practically destroyed. No one's coming for us. How can you know that? Instance says. We haven't heard anything back from Earth since we went through the wormhole. They could be sending new fleets of ships right now. Lum clears his throat. You hardly noticed him since becoming Mars' social media manager. His usual bravado has been weakened. I was in contact with Earth, he admits. When I was governor, they told us to stand down and refocus our efforts on colonizing Vertumna. Interesting. One of the recent students in task of video games and language class to find samples of utterances related to video games, analyze them through language style lens. Common mistake looking at some sort of YouTube video that was heavily scripted and performative, so it's swearing with it, marking as casual, not recognizing primary style was artistic. Interesting. Angry video game nerd, it's profane but artistic. Yes. Interesting. Yeah, there's like, it feels weird to put it in just one category or another, but like, because like, honestly, again, most things can be art. But I guess it's really just a case of like casual as in like off the cuff. The room once again erupts into chaos. You try to get back to work. These reports to Earth that you thought were just busy work may be more important than you realized. Let's see. Mysterious stranger. Works for me. Yes, super goal. We have to decide on the one to describe the artistic's more critical. So proud feeling unprofessional. Wait. We still have to keep trying. We still have to keep trying to make people love us. Rex, let me give you more stick. Nope. Nomi, let me give you more crystal. Sounds like I'm a drug dealer. Nope. All right, we continue. Unless, do you have any more boyfriend plot? Hey, let's get out of here. I was just thinking the same thing. Checking at your gear, you and Dis strike out from the colony's seemingly random direction. It's hard to tell if it is random. Dis seems equally as comfortable here as he feels out of place in the colony. He easily finds the hidden path between trees, worn down by generations of xenofauna. He guides you to a clearing in the wilderness featuring a large flat-top rock. Dis climbs up first and extends his hand, pulling you up, and you spread out a blanket under the wide bowl of the sky. The sounds of the fungal forest swell and subside around as you lie together there for a few hours, broken only by a handful of meandering, thoughtful conversations. Dis is a comforting presence by your side. You feel utterly safe under his protection. Dis traces his thumb over your knuckles. Glad I can share this with you, he says softly. Not many people get it, but you do. Yeah, I totally get it. The shade of blue. Sorry, looking for aquamarine. Yeah, I mean, it's hard when it's subjective to be graded on subjective stuff too, because if you say, angry video game nerd is artistic specifically, right? I get it, but I also think that angry video game nerd specifically would be one of those the same thing as with literature stuff. He's wait, so you're saying my style is artistic and not conversational casual and that's docking you points? No, you can say whatever you want about what my style is, right? So I guess I understand, but it really depends on what the options were. Was it multiple choice? Was it just but I do understand the just because they're swearing, it doesn't mean it's casual. It's very open to grading. Yeah, because grading isn't the part that matters. Yeah, angry video game. Honestly, don't watch anything recent by Angry Video Game Nerd because unfortunately, he don't got time for that no more. And so let's say outsourcing it is kind of what's happening. And I don't blame him because everyone's got to make a living. But it's not the same. It's not highly recommendable. Oh my God, you're gonna feel all the feelings you felt when you first watched this guy's stuff. Nah. Nothing about gaming, right? Fictional story in a universe of video games. You're look, I don't get it, but you're right, Will. So full credit. That's the way to do it. That's straight up the way to do it. Okay, random card locked in one slot. That's fine. You're never gonna have the highest value. You're never gonna be anything other than wild. And you're never gonna have the highest value. But You can do this. That's so many points. One thing people know you for. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is what it is. Okay. Let's go out exploring because it's a glow. Sneak out to explore glow. There's pretty much nothing awesome that happens in these like non-boss things anymore. Like I feel like so much of it I've just already seen at this point, which is fine. I mean, you can only have so much content in a game, and this game has been like literally like over 20 streams of content. So it's a lot of content. I have zero complaints. Your explorations lead you steadily upward till you find yourself on a plateau overlooking the valley. Colony is a dark little smudge below. Oh yeah, we didn't really get to convince the humans that things are fine. Dark little smudge below, a break in the magnificent natural luminescence glow. From up here, the wormhole feels so close you could touch it. You're not alone up here. Your heart leaps to your throat as you spot it silhouetted dark on dark under the eerie light of the wormhole, a faceless. I mean, we should probably warn not the guards, but specifically we should talk to Mars about it. Atop this high plateau ringed by gnarled trees, the massive creature stands staring at the sky. As you watch mesmerized, some of its swaying tentacles open up and a glowing dust oozes from them, rising like smoke into the night. Then it's gone. The entire faceless just vanished in the blink of an eye. Did you imagine it? You rub your face, easing the sudden tension that sprung up behind your eyeballs. Pershore is standing. There are footsteps here. Giant footsteps. Each ringed with mushrooms pushed up from the moist soil by the weight of the beast. You gingerly realize you're standing in the middle of one. Faceless. If indeed it was standing here earlier, it could crush you as flat as a grass beneath your feet. Shout out to Minecraft YouTubers old. Yep, all their channels explode because they were... Yep, lost interest that they could only play one game. Yeah, it's... Minecraft is good, but like 10 years of Minecraft is a lot of Minecraft. Here's the longest stream. Actually, yeah, I think this is... Okami may have been longer. I don't remember how many streams Okami had, honestly, but I also know that like Horizon Zero Dawn was 20 streams also, which was a lot, and this is a lot. This is a very long game, but it'll be fun to see what we play maybe next week. You find other signs of it. Trees have been knocked down in a circular pattern here. The bushes and grasses have been pushed up into one big mound, leaving the rest of the plateau clear. You remember this place now from your visions, from under the pyramid and the resting ridges, and from long before that. You feel as if you've always known something important will happen here soon. You stare up at the wormhole. This is plus 0 stress. Mid-20s. Okay, then Okami would have been the longest one. Okami was a great time, though. I had an absolute delight with it the whole time. Fire red, 14 hours. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. The Pokemon games you can get through surprisingly quickly, which is perfectly fine by me. I still love me some Pokemon. I love me some Pokemons. So the wormhole immense in the sky above as you remember in your vision. You wait. Apparently I would be getting stressed if I wasn't calm, just chilling. You yawn and check your holopalm. It's hard to keep track of time during glow, but it's getting late. You look around, nothing's changed. The trees are perfectly still. You wait. The wormhole seems especially huge right now. Is it always so big? You imagine you can see whole galaxies in its slowly spinning arms, tiny flecks of rainbow light being sucked into the black hole in the center. But it's so much closer than a galaxy, so close it could swallow you and all of Vertuna, its hungry, ethereal maw. You wait. The forest seems to get quieter, as if it's expecting something. The wormhole swells as you stare into its depths. It's been hours. It's now well past the middle of midnight. You are exhausted, but you can't look away. You feel hypnotized. Most of the Okami playthroughs lost to time. There's a bunch of it saved on my YouTube, and I would just have to like actually take the time to go through it and figure out what's happened when. Cause like it's saved on YouTube, but it's like all out of order and stuff is mislabeled. And I just like look at this big mess and I'm like, what do I do with that? Which is a shame because I really enjoyed so much of it. One of them though has like a Nintendo Direct in the middle that I'd have to like cut out. It's like one of the last ones too. But it was like a really important one, so. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I would love Pokemon game where you could just actually get all of them somehow. But the thing is, part of it is like, I understand if it's like split between versions though, because that's literally part of how they've done this forever. But I get it, they always want us to trade. You wait, you wait, you wait, you wait. You've always been waiting. You will always be waiting, staring up at the wormhole, being sucked into its depths, and a shadow falls over you. With the shadow, you slowly lower your gaze from where you've been staring at the wormhole for hours, your neck stiff and sore. Straight ahead of you, what you thought earlier was just the shadow of a tree is the Faceless. It was there all along, watching you. It takes a heavy step forward, then another. It moves gently, its feet sinking into the soft ground and pushing up phosphorescent fungi from below to explode to the surface in rings of jubilant light. You don't move as it approaches. It took all your energy to look away from the wormhole, and you were completely spellbound. The Faceless looms over you, as big as a building. Its zippered neck gapes grotesquely, and its tentacles wave gently through the air, tasting it, feeling it, smelling you. The ends of two tentacles open, and the strange glowing mist floats up from them. It leans down. It envelops you in its tentacles, each as large as you are, and you breathe in its spores. Under the eternal night sky of glow, the wormhole seems to swallow you both whole, and the entire planet and an infinite number of universes besides. You feel a beckoning within you, a curious tug somewhere in your ribcage, a yearning you can't describe. This is very sus. Sus ending. Resist infinity? I mean, you can embrace it. It seems kind of like a bad idea. Let's see. Embrace the end. This is how it all began. Oh, you know we're going back and clicking the other one. The end. Transcended time. You were very young. You had vivid dreams of things you'd never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles, and strange animals. Now you know why. One of the harder endings to get, really. I mean, again, I'm gonna go back. This moment of time, you on the plateau, drawing in the wild, faceless, mind-altering spores in the pulsating wormhole above. This moment cascades backwards and forwards through all time and space, through all of your lives. It's what binds you to those other lives and gives you glimpses of them in your dreams. This moment, it's infinite. You are, in this moment, connected to all your other moments, what has been and what will be, what could be or what will never be. Some scraps strip through the web and touch all the other you out there. You, all the you that have been or could be, are forever changed. Yeah, Cyber Sleuth is a long time too. Mm-hmm. Yes, the white boy. The dangerous, spooky white boy. I remember this. To your friends in the colony, it may appear as if you've fallen into a coma from which you'll never wake. But your consciousness is free in that infinite moment to visit all lives and possibilities at once you have transcended. In the moment of your death, as your brain cells fizzle out one by one and shut down forever, a vision swims in your mind's eye. Is that a person? They seem so familiar, like you know them so well. Oh, it's you, only ancient. Her arms are covered with so many data bands, so many lifetimes of knowledge. The ancient you speaks without moving her mouth, not in words, but something like pictures. Still, you understand. Look at you, I mean us. That's a lives worth lived. Oh yes. So much bling. I suppose it explains how we got here. It does get boring though, doesn't it, knowing everything at once? I mean, I understand if you want to go back to how things were. Back when it was simple, back when only caught glimpses of the time web. Oh, to be a baby again, and now you tell. I could have done better. I can tell from the weight of your soul that many of your friends and family died before their time. People who might not have, perhaps, if you'd made different choices. It's natural, in grief, to wish you could have done something different to save someone, but we're special, aren't we? We can really save them. We have a chance to take another path to change the way our life turned out. Come with me. They need the endings gallery. Neat. Oh, it's like way down there. They call it Chivos. They literally just call it Chivos. This pleases me. Start the new life. Okay. Load. The sus ending. All right, we go wait again. Stay to watch. Perch where it was standing. Wait. 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 Like those things in Seattle, at least. Oh my gosh, how long have I been stuck like this? Hello. That's not a face. It decided that like a table in the background was a face. It was me, gamer posture. Right, Dis did not sense the beast. Dis is not as in tune with the universe as he wishes he were. And I appreciate it because, you know, we have the wormhole powers. Shadows, they're all along. Yes, resist infinity. You aren't ready. A small part of you demands to stay here on this plane of consciousness. You hold your breath and bring your mind back to the present. You let the faceless touch you softly with its tentacles till it seems satisfied you've made your decision. Then it withdraws. As you slowly disconnect from the gentle creature, you can feel its emotions, its story. You can understand it was born like the others of its kind, in a breeding tank below the ground. It was sent here to destroy your colony. Something changed in it that can't be changed back. You see the image of the faceless staring up at the wormhole, transfixed as you were. It no longer feels the pull of the ley lines, the thumpers, the forces that were used to control it. It is no longer a construct or an avatar, but a free being. It only feels the dance of the wormhole now, and the natural rhythms of life itself. You stand completely still, arrested by the sudden understanding that sweeps over you. The faceless retreats the large mound of grasses and bushes the other side of the plateau. A baby faceless pokes its head out of the nest, wriggling its tentacles in greeting to its mother. That's terrifying, but understandable. Let me see if there's a sim around here somewhere. Oh, there is a sim. Facial texture being dull. Yeah, it is. It super is. It's still not great, especially when it's dark. Shadows upon shadows move against each other and glow, wavering under the gloaming of the mush trees like ghosts. The forest is as still as a creature breathing its last breath. You know to look for Sim in the hollows of the trees now. Its eyes gleam in the permanent light. Hello again, Sugarbug. You're getting pretty good at navigating in the dark. Have you come to ask me more questions? What was that faceless I saw? Constellation. You've seen her. That's very lucky, you know. Don't ask me how she does it, but she manages to sneak around these woods like a ghost. The faceless weren't exactly designed with subtlety in mind. Subtlety. I can read. He lets out an amusing puff of laughter, but she's something else now. Don't worry, he continues. You'll only see her around and glow. She doesn't like the sunlight. And unless you breathe in her spores, she's harmless. You fix him with an incredulous look and he shrugs. It was quite the upset when she broke away from the hole and went to seed. But as you humans say, life finds a way. Well, that's enough for now. Trees have ears. Are we sure that's enough now? Find the glow flies. Okay. I think that's probably it for the glow. Environment's dark, your face is well illuminated. Yes, it actually does. It helps a lot. I don't want a streamer light. I want to not have lights because I like it to be dark so I can fall asleep easier later. Knowing the attack is coming, as it always comes in glow, does nothing to calm your nerves. There's only so long you can handle sheltering in your quarters. As the month draws longer, you find yourself almost compulsively walking the walls when you're not working, scanning the tree line for the first sign of trouble. You're there when you see them, dark on dark shapes coming out of the forest, perfectly silent. You watch with the lookouts as more and more figures amass at the forest edge. Minutes pass as the horde pushes into the firebreak, numbering at least, must be in the thousands, more animals you've ever seen in one place. The ground is choked with a teeming carpet of smaller creatures darting in and among the leaves of... Oh no. Two faceless. Towards bends as a faceless emerged from the depths, followed by 2 more. The mood in the walls is discouraged. 1 faceless destroyed your colony. 2 required an irresponsible number of explosives to take them down. How are you supposed to handle 3? It's even more? A familiar being cuts through the horde and stands at the front like a general leading their army. Gardeners must come in all shapes and sizes. You know this one from the hatred in their eyes. It's Noctilucent. Yes. I see. For millennia, I've been tasked with keeping this planet safe from invasive species. Extreme weather, plague, famine, the migration of predators, all tactics I've used to ensure an invasive species cannot find a foothold where they do not belong. The command of the human language has vastly improved since you saw them last. Gardeners learn quickly. Controlling you by indirect means has proven ineffective. They say, glaring up the row of horrified colonists atop the walls. I can no longer ignore the destruction you have caused and the threat you represent to the planetary ecosystem. However, Sim steps out of the tree line and stands beside Noctilucent. His eyes find yours unerringly across the firebreak. Some gardeners argue you have the capacity for reason. Noctilucent continues. So I have to offer you an alternative. Your unconditional surrender. Surrender is the correct word, is it not? Something your singular, violent brains can understand. The terms are simple. Humanity will cease reproduction, cease expansion, in return will be allowed to live out your remaining lifespans within the bounds of your walls. That's not what was agreed upon. It was limited reproduction, not that sort of thing. You jump to her side and it all spills out of you. You've been meeting with the gardeners in secret, you've been working this deal out that might be the only way to save the colony. Once she picks her jaw up on the floor, she nods in understanding. Solana, people are not going to accept never having children. That's not peace, that's just extinction. Could you make them give us a better deal? Yeah. It's not the worst offer, but it's not a good offer either. It's just like, maybe a little more persuasion. I mean, I have almost max. The chance you can get, you can try. The Overseer did not mention that the slow extinction of humanity was part of the deal. Other colonists would never accept something as drastic as forced sterilization, living like pets or curiosities in a zoo, dwindling into oblivion beyond the walls. Couldn't even ask them to make that choice, which leads you too. We need a better deal. Noctilucent's patience is running out behind them. The amassed animal army lies in wait. The offer is already generous. Do you think I consulted with the venomous sapfingers when they overhunted the abyssal driftworms? Or the creeping crossthorn vine when it choked the southern shoreline? No. I did what was needed to restore balance as my gardener directive entails. Oh yeah, definitely we're going to do a persuasion challenge. It'll be fine. The humans can be reasoned with, he says firmly. Just hear them out, please. What do you propose? We must be allowed to reproduce. I mean, that's, yes. Yeah, to like some degree. Like, it can be limited. Like, you don't have to literally be like, yes, you can all have 7 to 10 children. But, you know, still. Let's see. You're gonna go in the first place there. Unlimited reproduction rights instead of cosmic power. Keep between rounds. So let's go challenge one lame. And you can go here too, so we have. It's pretty reasonable, but we put this in the... Can't put it in the middle because you're like that. Well, aren't you frustrating? It's okay, we'll get there. I have so much stuff. Your Honor, we must simply do the nasty. It's true, listen. You can't stop humans from shaboinking. Like, it's just... It is known. There's no gems on, more gems on cards. That's not particularly great either. The yellow thing kind of messes with my groove. Honestly. Gem on other cards, extra cards on every other. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can do it like this. You're already yellow. You're yellow. Oh, okay, we'll be fine. Oh, we got the super goal. We're fine. I was just like, how am I gonna do? Oh, yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. The spinner. Nature, we can try. Oh, they certainly can. You are well spoken for a pest, Noctilutions concedes. However, is humanity even capable of considering the survival of all creatures over their own, even if it means accepting limitations? Yes. Reasoning challenge. Yes. Too bad the music. Oh yeah, no more music. Do 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 do. Oh look at him! Oh my god, it's so cute. Do 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 do. We're gonna save humanity from voluntary kind of extinction. Humanity is capable. Is it willing? Yeah. Yeah, +3 bonus history. Yep. Unfortunately. It's 10 if this is the only this card. It's probably not gonna be, but it is a +10, so it's kind of worth it. Okay, well, let's do it like this. You're in the middle. You're here. You can also be wild value. Okay, let me see if I can. You. Oh no. You. I'm getting even better at reasoning, I'm just saying. You argue that the success of the Vertunda project in leaving Earth shows you've learned from your mistakes. Maybe humanity as a whole wasn't able to change trajectory back on Earth, but the colony self-selected those that could. Noctilution listens to all of this, looking a little more convinced. Have you learned anything from living here, though? Can you coexist with this planet's native wildlife? Of course, but you've also been trying to make sure that that's impossible. Can't the gardeners just realize becoming natives would make humans one of the protected species? Yes. But that's the thing, is like when he mentioned like, oh, have about these thorns that took over the XYZ or these like things, it's like basically when your priority is to protect life, honestly, like it becomes like, what is life? What are you protecting and why? What is the purpose of protecting life? Like, what are you trying, like, what is the goal? Because if it's just to have the planet be a planet, right? His goal was too simplistic. There's no real greater purpose in the planet being like a planet, do you know? Like, he's like, oh, it'll just come back. And yeah, I would. But the thing is, it would be great to see, he is AI after all, yep, it would be great to see a version of humanity that like purposefully coexists with nature and is part of an ecosystem and is part of a universe and is part of things instead of trying to change it all to suit humans. Like, that is extremely selfish and not okay. But yes, assigning numeric value to the concept of life is also what he's doing by saying, oh yeah, well, this life and this particular ecosystem we've created is better than anyone that could be changed by you and your whims and desires and goals and dreams and all that. It's like, well, actually, what if we design an ecosystem together? What if we become a part of this whole ecosystem thing? You know, change also good. Okay, let's see. You. No, you're never gonna happen. It's funny, like now I got all of these ones. You don't have the highest value at all. Not even close. +1 of card is anything. Oh my goodness, it could actually happen. Yeah, see, this is the problem. You don't have the highest value ever. Then again, works. Assign 15,000 life points to a creature, turning them instantly into a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Yeah, that sounds great. We need exactly 150 living specimens of humans. Too many is bad and too few is bad. Yeah, exactly. It's also ridiculous too. Good news, we found a way to extend the lifespan of individuals we have alive today. Sure, they'll be 2,400 years old. They won't have any willingness to live at that age, but hey, keeping the lives what matters most here. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like, no, life and deciding exactly like what life and the sacredness of life and all that should be is all sorts of weird. You kind of can't really, like, I don't know. It's kind of all based on vibes. Like, kind of got to have the good vibes so that everyone can have, gotta try to have, maximize the good vibes for everyone as much as possible. It's hard to say that without saying like, what is it, utilitarian? Happiness pumps are not the way to go either. Noctilution seems impressed. You've learned all that in 10 years? Seems you aren't completely ignorant. Very well, they say, motioning for the army to stand down. You've argued your case and shown you can adapt to your surroundings. New terms are? The Overseer has agreed to grant the humans reproductive autonomy and limited expansion within your ecological niche. Additionally, the gardeners will ensure the continued health of the valley. Fertile soil, clean water, favorable animal migration patterns, and so on. Behind you, the colonists are beginning to carefully come forward to listen, murmuring in wonder. To be clear, Noctilution continues, there will be no hunting, clearing, mining, or expanding beyond the valley. Humanity must live in harmony with nature, rather than attempt to control it. You will need to understand you do not stand above the needs of the planet. Your mom comes up beside you and puts her hand on your shoulder. It's what we've wanted this whole time, she says in disbelief. When we left Earth, this is everything we dreamed we could be. But the Helios arrived on a military mission, carrying their burdens from Earth, and may resent any deal with the gardeners. This decision may not be popular, but it will give humanity a chance at peace. Yeah, Mom exists. Oh my god. Mom has opinions and been around for a long time. Allowing them to divulge. When we have the power to slow or stop it, it's akin to murder, right? That's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Once you start having the ability to keep people alive, even when otherwise, and in so many reasons, they wouldn't or shouldn't or all this stuff, like, that's why the person themselves need to be, like, able to make that choice, because if you're making that choice for them, like, it's the whole thing of like keeping people on life support is also extremely cruel for so many reasons. Like, but the thing is, once they're already on life support, then it does become murder to stop doing that. But it's not. But like, that's how we think about it. It's so weird the way we think about life. It needs to be consensual. Kind of the biggest part of it. The alpha hippie makes its final statement. The beaten them returns to the colony to spread the news. Faced with extinction, the weaker hippie tribe will accede to the stronger. It's true. That's actually true. We are all hippies here, but honestly, I get it. There's a lot of idealism in it, and I dig it. I dig the idealism. Yeah, bodily autonomy, it's huge. Huge. A true peace. We agree to your terms. Of course we do. Why would we not agree to that? I literally fought for it. It's reasonable. The animals surrounding the colony begin to filter back into the trees, disappearing into the gloom of the late glow wilderness. Your knees buckle. You feel like you could sleep for a week. All around you, you hear people crying, in relief, maybe, or fear. Tears pour down your face, unbidden, as the colony comes out to clamor around you. Many are smiling, as some look numb and scared. Some look angry. Hasn't sunk in yet, even as you're hoisted onto someone's shoulders and paraded back into the colony. You did it. You won. The party continues well into the night, and for a few days after that as well, until the sun rises above the horizon once again. Begins to set in that the colony will never again see another monster attack, or famine, or plague. Most people think this sounds pretty good. Others are soundly overruled for now. As for you, you can now focus on just being your best self without worrying about day-to-day survival. That relief carries you until quiet breaks on a new year. Your 20th birthday. You turn 20 amidst a time of tremendous joy and unity in the colony. You aren't a teenager anymore, so you guess that makes you an adult. In many ways, you've already been one for a long time. You step onto the balcony to greet the new day and start the rest of your life on Vertuna. The end. That's the ending I wanted. That's the ending that makes me happy. The time transcendent thing is kind of insane. Doesn't really help all my friends. A botanist. Thank you, thank you. There's no end of species to discover on Fortuna. Oh, is it because this is the first thing I max out? You discover over 13,000 different species of flora and fauna, and some that transcend that distinction too. You name them after your friends, you give them silly names. Snack Sniffer and Wonder Fungus, Double Scrundle, Grundmunter, Gillywater, and the Tasseled Lumpkin. You discovered them, so you get to name them. Future generations will just have to deal with it. You work under Cal, who's a better boss than he wants to admit. He doesn't mind when you disappear for a month to go tromping about in search of some new variation of fungus. That actually sounds like a really awesome life. Like, you go around and, like, you know the people who can literally control the wildlife, and, like, you're in tune with the earth and everything, and you just get to, like, discover what stuff is. That sounds so cool. Tang's genocide. Oh my goodness. Tang. Tang. Tang is funny too, though. Dis is a hard person to love, but once he lets you in, he's by your side for life. Utopia keeps him on as second surveyor, recognizing that a man like Dis needs to feel useful or he's prone to wander. Over time, he straightens up his act and even learns to play nice with authority, though he and Utopia together certainly keep the council guessing. Dis is instrumental in the colony's transition to gardener authority. Together, the two of you provide an example of fearless submission to the forces of nature. Dis actually talks to people about everything he's seen in the wild. The incredible and horrifying. Champions of the idea of being part of it, not in control of it. The idea that peace with nature involves cooperation and compromise, not subjugation, is unpopular, but being unpopular has never stopped Dis before. He does have a nature podcast. System for deciding what ending you get is kind of wonky. That's what you messed out for, what you spend the most time on. Oh my god, so I probably got it from all the stuff that I got from biology that I couldn't avoid. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I'm very interested in all the endings. You just sneak out. True. You never stop. While autonomy is a funny topic after just gone with Legion's loyalty mission. Yep. Choice of kill every heretic or delete every heretic's free will. Make them like the good Geth. Oh boy. Just two different ways to kill them. Yep, it's true. Once you've put in the work to get past Dis's defenses, he proves to love you with the same single-minded obsessiveness with which he loves Fortuna. It's a little overwhelming at times, honestly. He's very intense, and after growing up an outcast, he can often seem dependent on your attention. You're one of the only people he's ever truly loved. One of. Who else has he loved? And felt like he was loved. Literally, we've been together since we were teens. What other person? Okay. His hunger for it is bottomless to the point of self-destruction. It's something you keep revisiting during your relationship, but never to the point of breaking up. You're a bit of an odd bird yourself, and you have your own jagged edges that only Dis can soothe. After all, who else would believe you're stuck in a time loop? Oh, Sim. Oh my god, it's Sim. You're right. It's Sim. There was definitely... This is the other reason that, like, seeing how much he was into Sim is also why I felt like Solana was never 100% fully committed to it. But, like, the thing is, if you end by being in a relationship with the character, you're gonna end up... They're gonna give you the ending with the character. They can't know that you want your story to change after the ending, because that's not how games can possibly work. They cannot read my mind. I do like games that let you have, like, end game decisions, though. Sim-Dis triangle. I did, actually. I tried to go for the triangle. It, like, said, oh, but I'm seeing someone. And he's like, oh, so that's how you feel. And I'm like, oh, yep, sorry. Like, that is how Dis would feel. But, like, I would have done the triangle. Honestly, that would have been fine. Dis continues his work as an ambassador for gardenership for many decades until one day he announces he's leaving. In recognition of his lifetime service to the planet, the Overseer has an extended offer to make Dis a gardener. It's a bittersweet day for you. I tried, actually. The other, like, it was basically the only option. Unless, like, I completely misread what the other options were. But I was pretty sure it was like, I'm seeing someone or I don't feel that way. So I don't know what happened. I would have thought that would have worked out too because he was into it. Either way, I got what I got, and I can see those other endings in the future. But yeah, in recognition of his lifetime of service to the planet, the Overseer has extended to make an offer to make Dis a gardener. I did not know that they could actually do that. Sim lady, sugar lady. Yes, exactly right. It's a bittersweet day, tempered only by the knowledge he'll be in a better place, and that he'll always be watching over you, literally. He's made a lot of friends since his loner years, and his ascendance to gardenerhood is celebrated across the colony, even by Tangent having long reconciled their differences. For years afterwards, people report seeing strangely docile animals approach the colony, watch for a few hours, and slip away into the forest. It's a comfort knowing Dis will always be out there, somewhere. What about Tange? An Easter egg, we can triangle with 3 characters. Sin Cosatan. That would be cool. That would be great. I would love that. Chief Engineer Tangent has a nice ring to it. Always seemed like Tange's life was laid out for her. Work hard, discover amazing things, eventually replace Instance as Chief Engineer. However, after only a year on the council, Tangent surprises everyone by stepping down. She says she doesn't simply have time to run engineering and do her research, but you know the truth. She didn't want to be used like Instant was. Her brush with genocide made her realize she needed to think more about the repercussions of her actions. Instead, she contents herself with being a regular researcher, quietly pushing the boundaries of medical science and having a hand in every major discovery. She trains up new researchers in every discipline, passing on everything she learned from Instance and everything since. It's an unremarkable life for someone as impossibly promising as Tangent, but she seems happy. She smiles more often, has more time to spend with you, and you get enough sleep every night. Her love life remains fairly private, though she's not as frigid as she always claimed. You hear from the colony gossips that she carries on with a string of casual relationships, mostly with other scientists, mostly women. Makes sense. She donates genetic material to a number of children, but doesn't choose to raise any of her own. She's quite picky about their genetic enhancements, obsessing over any markers of anxiety or depression that runs in her family, but ultimately her children grow up healthy and in loving families far removed from Tange's own childhood. It's a bittersweet reminder to her. I also thought Tange would get the robo body. Like, maybe, coming to terms with the planet being the planet is probably fine, but, I also thought about the robo body. Tangent lives and dies in the shadow of what she almost calls to happen on Vertumna. Knowing she almost killed every living thing on the planet weighs heavily on her for the rest of her days. Unfortunately, even with genetic alteration, the human body was not made to withstand long periods without sleep. And Tangent's willful negligence in taking care of herself doesn't help. She develops a heart condition in her early 60s that outpaces the healing capacity of the med beds and eventually takes her life. Oh, that's sad. This is the happiest you can get. That's probably unfortunately true. The indomitable Marzipan. That's Governor Marzipan to you. Mars learns from her flirtation with capitalism and, true to her words, abandons her plan to turn kudos into a true currency. She wants to raise everyone's standard of living together, not create a luxurious Neuverish alike on Vertumna. Steering the colony under gardenership requires a calm hand. Mars initially chafes at the idea that she can't build the beautiful metropolis of her dreams. However, with much of the external pressures taken off the colony, Vertumna already is a paradise. Few people need to labor for subsistence anymore, so more can devote themselves to the arts. Just as Mars had hoped, peace brings an unprecedented time of cultural growth and eventually the luxury she created. It's a little different than she imagined. As for her love life, Mars is never one to settle down for the long term. She enjoys a string of lovers: Tangent, Utopia, Rex. Again, a number of people from the Heliopause. Everyone wants her, nobody can cage her. That sounds like Mars. People want to monitor endings. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, Tange deserves better. Tange really deserves better, though. When they mention the faceless baby mother. Yes, right? That would be so cool. She does eventually have one child, just for the novelty. She enjoys being the center of attention while carrying a surrogate pregnancy, but enjoys being the child of wealthy, generous Auntie Marzipan even more. Mars remains surrounded by as much luxury as one would expect on an exoplanet. Though she complains about wanting more, she never seems anything less than happy about her life. I mean, yeah, that's totally Mars. Always wanting more. You're fan that Tammy blossoms into a fine mother, not just to her own children, but to every person in the colony who needs a mother's love. Cal and Tammy's commitment ceremony is the event of the decade, bedecked with flowers, streamers, and holographic images of unicorns and fairy tale castles. They stand before the colony with echinacea and profess their intentions to live together as a family unit, a foregone conclusion for most, as Tammy is already beginning to show her second pregnancy. The three, soon four, then many more of them, are a symbol of hope for your growing colony. They live on a homestead near Geoponics, and their home is always filled with love and laughter. Tammy insists on cooking for you your weekly family dinners. She even begins to get pretty good at it. Quite without meaning to, Tammy becomes an advocate for the communal raising of children, just as you yourself were raised. The more militant Helios resist, not wanting to associate with the Stratos' hippie nonsense, but as the colony grows too, so does her influence over the next generation. Though Aunt Anne stays on as the chief steward well into her 90s, Tammy takes over the new creche and becomes something of a mythical figure in the colony. Auntie Tammy in her own right. There's no child born who doesn't know the safety and warmth of Tammy's arms. Oh, that's so sweet. That's perfect for her. It's everything she wanted. Symbiosis, the bridge between the two peoples. Undying, never aging, ever-patient Sim remains one of your closest confidants. For a few years, it's quite common to see gardeners move around the colony in various forms, teaching the humans about the history of Vertumna and how to live in harmony with the land. Sim is one of them, of course, and the only one who doesn't treat you like some kind of curiosity in a zoo. After a few years, the gardeners leave humanity to figure out things on their own. Sim stays on to act as an emissary, moves into the colony to live with you, full-time, you specifically. You move into a gardener-like abode where Sim can form a connection to the array, glowing pools and all. It's an odd roommate situation, prone to some sitcom-level hijinks as you work out the finer details of sharing your space with an alien, but your friendship helps Sim acclimate to living in the colony. You and Sim enjoy the bachelor life for a few years. It sounds a little throuple-y. At minimum, there might be some platonic-y aspects of it, but there's this throuple-y. Giving better friends to your many domestic miscommunications. He's a good roommate, though a little dense when it comes to picking up when you would like some private time, please, Sim. Though a few brave souls try, Sim never bonds with anyone in the colony in the romantic sense, but instead cultivates many new friendships. You think Sim enjoys living in the colony, but he never quite fits in. He reincarnates a few times into forms that look more human, but he also once famously returned to the colony as a swarm of hecklebees just to prove a point about how the gardener consciousness transcends form. It's a bit unnerving, but that's Sim for you. Yeah, wait, we're all roommates, right? Your buddy Rex grows from good boy to good man. He continues to work hard on the bar, turning it into the place he always dreamed, where people can come and unwind from a long day, enjoy some libations, dance their butts off, and maybe even find love. He gets a reputation for being a matchmaker. In a small colony, there aren't a lot of romantic options, but Rex has an eye for figuring out who would be a good match together. Giving Rex a kiss for luck becomes a tradition among those looking for love. And if some people find something little more than temporary, then love with Rex, that's their business. Rex just wants to have fun, and he doesn't discriminate. Saying he enjoys a string of lovers implies that he's consecutive in his affections. It's really more like a big puppy pile of lovers. Sometimes when he tells you about his not-so-romantic adventures, you have to beg him to stop just because it's too confusing. Rex insists it's not complicated at all, it's kind of true. It's so easygoing, it just seems to work for him. Still loves the idea of having kids and contributes to a few of his own. He keeps up good relationships with his co-parents and spends lots of times with his children. In the colony, there's no stigma against single parenthood. His children all grow up loving their great dad, even if he doesn't live with them. Rex always seems abundantly happy with his lot in life, like crashing on Fortuna was the best thing that ever happened to him. It's remarkable that the Heliopause could have made someone like him, but I'm glad you did. He slows down a little as time goes on, mellowing out and becoming more quiet in his self-confidence. He confides with you that his dog genes will probably mean his life is a little shorter than the average human's, but he wouldn't trade any minute of it. Your parents get to see their pioneer dreams come true. With the forests bursting with food, they're both able to lay down the burden of feeding the entire colony. They still work in geoponics, but recreationally. Your dad cultivating dizzy weed and hops, your mom working on her personal garden of earth plants. Now that the gardeners are keeping an eye on the colony too, her earth plants flourish without threatening to take over the local fauna. They live long, happy lives, and you eventually return them both to the soil they love so much. They'll always be with you, in the ground you walk on, in the trees that give you shade, and the cycle of life that sustains you. Your Hopeye! Oh my gosh, they have the Hopeye, the pet. The thing. Yeah, Rex is like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna live that long, but man, it's a good time. It's a good time. Honestly, go for him. Hopeye is a good companion, but you're no replacement for its own species. When a herd of Hopeye roam close enough to the colony, you release it back into the wild. And a few years later, you're greeted one morning by a whole litter of Hop-Eye kittens outside your door, and Hoptimus Prime proudly showing off their family. In my later years, the decades turned to months, eventually becoming years and decades. Before you know it, you're old. Living under the gardeners, lovingly tended like any other species in their garden is like a paradise. The trees are heavy with fruit, the weather is mild, and the colony is unbothered by the larger xenofauna that once menaced the colony. The pause enhancement changements are questionable. Yeah, true. Pieces. Yep, I mean, listen. Choices were made. You even see faceless ones sometimes, sitting in the clearings like alert, inert sentinels, their broad, mossy bodies home to clusters of small animals. Over the years, a few dissenting groups refuse to believe the entire planet is off-limits to humans. In the spirit of human expansion, they break off from the colony in search of somewhere outside of the gardener influence. Some return, chastised, but others never do. Pruned, just like any invasive weed. The surveyors work exhaustively to map the boundaries of the human territory, and the scientists and engineers work on countless simulations to test its carrying capacity. Within a few years, you have concrete numbers about how many humans can live comfortably while still maintaining equilibrium with the planet. Mother Vertumna is generous and humanity flourishes. There's more than enough space to live and future generations to enjoy as well. You do so well, in fact, that a gardener emissary comes to you with an offer, a second human territory. It's a show of trust, but also a chance to prove your worth by helping keep down the population of a stubborn but delicious invasive mollusk. Nice. They've prepared a proto-colony and taken one... Actually, no. Humans are actually great at also taking care of other species. We will eat them. We will eat anything and everything. Perfect. That's you know what? That's a great ending for humanity. Becoming the gourmands that take care of problems that need to be dealt with. Basically, literally apex predator, the same purpose that wolves have and other apex predators where they just exist to cull populations that happen to be delicious. Perfect ending for humanity. They've prepared a proto-colony, take 100 humans to begin their new lives as a seaside community. First eat the rich, then the mollusk. You're sad to see them go, but it's a great sign for the future of humanity on Vertumna. Vertumna is your home now, and you've made it a great one. You die at a ripe old age, surrounded by loved ones. In the moment of your death, as your brain cells fizzle out one by one and shut down forever, a vision swarms in your mind's eye. It's you, but ancient. I lived my best life. I can tell from the weight of your soul. We could have saved them. Yes, but not today, and not another day. Endings gallery. The botanist, though, there's probably for every single one of them. Yeah, there's no more song. Music over. Okay. So, okay, y'all. So looks like I will be stopping stream a bit early today due to the fact that I'm not gonna start a new game like at this point in time, and we're probably gonna have like some minutes to talk. Let's see. Going through the new game prologue once might surprise you. Okay. Honestly though, I have to say, let me have an opinion first. I think they did a really good job of giving a solid, satisfying ending. Like I said, the only thing I wish is that like you could have made a couple of like ending choices right there. Like hey, you have done a lot of these things. You maxed out on a lot of these skills. Which one does your Solana end up focusing on? And they give you that ending, right? Or like, you were doing these things romantic. Do you think you'll keep them, or do you think you'll make some changes? Do you think you'll do this or that? Like, just some last minute epilogue-y things. And like, I get it, it's 100% choice. It is what it is, and it's all good. Yo, Route 6, we just finished a game. Which has been great, honestly. Putting off and McCaffrey's Pern Planet. Actually, I don't know this one. I don't know anything about it, but I think it's really good. I really like this. This is a really, really, really good like sci-fi story, and actually having a good ending feels really nice. I would love a good ending. I love good endings. I love happy endings. It's because it's so nice. And it feels like with all the stuff in real life, I need it. I like this idea of hope. And it makes me like, man, I wish we could have like I would love to live on that kind of paradise, honestly. Oh yeah, art's wonderful. So hard to get the... And I managed to do it. I mean, I reloaded a lot. Okay, let's see if I get surprised by the beginning here. Wake up again. Warning. Yes, we know. Smoke. Fire. Yes, something you need to remember. I remember this. I do. Can't remember her name. I do remember her name. I do remember her name. Oh, it's so weird. I haven't seen this in so long. Don't hold your weight. Pulls you out of the rubble. They did so much for this animation at the beginning, and then they're just like, no more animations. It took too long. Glow season. Glowing eyes. Oh, a friend. We never met him. Oh no, that's a gardener. Yes. What's the surprise? Does the surprise happen? Like, do you get to make different choices at the beginning? But you never had that scene because peace. Yeah, it never happened. So it'd be an interesting surprise. Okay. You're born on the stratospheric. Solana. Again, it was reasonable. Oh no, wait, hold on. Technically, you should be a dude. These can be changed at any time. Oh, it would be sports ball. We're into sports. That tells you a bedtime story. Ooh, stories from your dreams. You've always been weird that way. You beg them to tell you stories about aliens called gardeners. Insist they're real people that you met. Oh, nuh-uh. It seems so real. It's more like remembering. It's hard to explain. Your family doesn't understand. Your dad's happy to play make-believe. Together you make up new adventures for the gardeners every night. This in calm temperament was awesome. Yes. Challenge. Eagle eyes. Both eagle and owl DNA, so you are superhuman. Energetic and loyal anemone. Basically, the first thing you get smaller, less customizable children. Oh, really? You get more expensive when something's unlocked due to endings. Ooh. Potential extra best friend. Oh, that's fun. One day you're scrambling. It's honestly like hard to remember what I had at the beginning. Trying to learn stuff. You're not sure since it believes you. You're 10 years old. Ship finally reaches the wormhole. Day finally comes. Recalibrate the shields. You give Professor Howell a slip. The move you practice for this day. Rush the engine wing past confused adults. You find the nearest congruent terminal. Enter the root access code. All of her considerable power is going towards the wormhole. Blackout, like you always do. Okay, so there's some interesting stuff. Now the dad tells a story too. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of like options that show up even at the very beginning of the game, which is really, really cool. Ground? Rush outside. Oh my god, so small. Okay. Alright, so it's just like some stuff in the beginning. Let's not. Let's go to main menu. Says your card you didn't let the professor die. True. That's insane. Okay, so. We're gonna let this happen. We're gonna let this happen, y'all. We're gonna let this be a thing. It's so small, honestly. So small, so cute, so precious. Oh my goodness. So yes. Another teacher you get to befriend. Oh, there's a lot of people and a lot of stuff you get to do. Like, this game is deep. This game is deep. There is a lot. There is so much. There is so much that, like, I've not done. None of you have done even. Like, or maybe Kira has done literally everything. That's also possible. But, like, great game. Amazing game. Literally would absolutely hardcore recommend it. Especially because, like, yeah, as you get towards the end, like, your choices are kind of set in stone and it makes sense. But there are a lot of branching paths, especially early on. Most broken thing. Yes, tell me the most broken thing. Empathy 100 and creativity 100. Tell me what it does. Least complicated visual novel. They are like that. Tell me that particular secret. That sounds great. I did start working on creativity later though, so it's pretty cool. Empathy makes you lose stress when you gain affection from people. Okay, that's really cool. That's super cool. Future game stream, Monster Hunter, but oh no, we're not gonna go right back to Monster Hunter right away. I wanna start a new game. I wanna start something new. But I'm not sure what it will be just yet. I have yet to decide. Gives people every turn instead of every month. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Yeah. No, that's super cool. Okay, no spoil. Yeah, I don't know actually what it's gonna be yet. It's not like something I just know off the top of my head. I really don't. Like, I hadn't had a moment really to think about it before because I've had this long list of stuff that I'm very interested in playing, but I think I want to do something short. I want to do something short, like very short, a short indie experience that'll be like a few streams at most. And that's something that would be really awesome. Funny online spin the wheel thing. Nah, not this time. Cause like, I liked the long experiences, but I need a break from a long experience before I do it again. So I wanna do like something small and then probably something else small. And then I'll probably do another long one, especially now that I'm only streaming once a week, kind of where I'm at. I'll take a look. I know I have like a lot of stuff in my library, honestly, so driving. Okay, I'll definitely, you know, yeah, tell me more about it. Tell me more about the feelings I'm gonna feel, because I'll be honest, I want big feelings. I want big feelings and short punchy experiences. That's what I'm in the mood for right now. Oh, however, okay. So this is actually an amazing time to be finishing a game too, because next week I will not be streaming. I am on vacation. I think I mentioned it, but I'll mention it again now. I will be, basically, I won't even be in town like the whole week. So I'm going to an anime convention and then I'm having vacations out and about. Finally having your, that actually sounds fun. Oh, keep driving, big feelings, having your own car, going on your first trips. Oh, that sounds phenomenal. And that sounds like a wonderful game to come back to. Please send me a message with this game again, because that also sounds great. Get into a car, go to a music festival. That sounds perfect. Oh, that sounds perfect. I'm in. That's gonna be the next one. And Klonoa, I'll take a look at this too. I need to take a look at the trailer for this one. I know this is not the first time I've heard of this one. It certainly won't be the last either. So, let's see. Okay. Yeah, send me a message of this game. And that'll be the plan. And next week, break, vacation. Then after that, normal beginning stream, then normal stream for a while, and then, well, when we get to August, we'll get there. August, there will be some also vacation time, but that's an August problem with August solutions. 2000s nostalgia. Ooh, also interesting. Okay. You recommend Devil May Cry? It could be hard. We'll see. We'll see also, because like the thing is, again, I want the big feelings. I like, especially with the indie games the most. So we'll see. I have so much time in the end, and eventually I can get to everything. Just takes time. It's okay. All right, you guys, I'm gonna see if I can grab myself some dinner because I did not do that before stream. And I have gotten hungies. So I'd like to do that before it gets too late at night. And yeah, so I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and for seeing the end of this crazy, crazy trip. Eat some fish. Oh my god, I would love to. I love fish so much. Pick Felix, so Ghosts and Goblins. Bye guys. Bye everyone.